Hi. So, oh boy, have I got something to talk about today. I had two things happen this week. I had one customer I haven't heard from in a while, and he actually lives in Tallahassee, Florida, and I'm near Atlanta, Georgia, right? So I don't see him on a regular basis like I do, my bread and butter customers. He's like a gravy customer, right? But I still see him like once a year, at least, depending on what he's got going on, because he's got a house up here. And I just hadn't heard from him, and so I sent him a text just to see if, he was okay or whatever. And I waited about a week and didn't hear anything, and I thought, oh my gosh, he usually will call me or text me back and tell me what his plans are. I mean, I heard nothing. So I called, and it rang like once and then just disconnected. And I'm like, something's really wrong, And I don't know, I know his name, of course, but I don't know his family or anything like that. I know very little about the rest of his life, because he really is not a Georgia resident. He's a Florida resident. So I looked up his obituary, and he passed away, oh my gosh, about a year ago. I didn't even know it, But actually, he passed away right after the last time I talked to him, the same day even. It's just crazy. So, I lost him. And then today, this morning, before I was just kind of doing business stuff at my house, and I get a text from a Zelle payment of $100 from one of my regular customers, which is not how much they normally pay me. They normally pay me more than that, but this $100 comes in, and I'm like, what in the world is going on there? Because there's nothing. No anniversaries, no birthdays, no, And then he sends me a text and tells me that he's grateful for my service, but they don't need me anymore. So that's several $100s a month that I've lost, even though he was kind enough to pay me this $100. And it wasn't because of my any problem between us. I happen to know that he's engaged and she's now living there, and so that happens. He doesn't need my help anymore, which I'm happy for him, but not so happy for me. Okay, so I've lost in a week now, even though it's been a year since I've heard from the one that passed away. Money. I've lost money, right? And if you've been listening to me, I'm going to retire. So in 2 years, I got to make it through the next 2 years, right? So what am I going to do? I'm thinking about that. And on top of all of that, when you listen to the news, depending on who you listen to, I heard earlier this morning, before this other text came in, they are predicting a huge recession. We're talking like post World War II, 1970s gas crisis, in recession, inflation type thing, okay? Which, I don't know, I'm not going to name names, okay? Because we're not going to get, that way. But if y'all want to be that way in the comments, go ahead. But I read that the cost of living is going down. That's bull crap, because I buy the groceries, okay? And I know how much the groceries cost. And another weird thing is happening, just as a side note. In my Kroger, you have to go in there at just the right time in order to get a bag of onions. Like, they might have loose onions here and there, but to get an actual bag of onions, it's crazy. Like, they're out of them, and the guy told me that there's a distribution problem, and I don't know if that's a Kroger problem or an onion problem. I don't know, But anyway, I do know that it's been hard to get bags of onions. So And I was noticing some other things when I was in there the other day, like there's empty spots in their produce section. That is a bad sign. That is a really bad sign, in my opinion, that produce is in the middle of the summer, not in the grocery stores, okay? Ding, 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 clue phone. Something's going on. Anyway, that is just my little side note. Like I said, you guys can debate all that yourself in the comments. I'll stay out of it as long as, you know, it stays civil. So, to get a little more personal, back to my personal predicament, because I'm losing hundreds of dollars, I've just lost hundreds of dollars a month. What do I do? So, you know, I have been working on this online reselling business that I'm going to need to supplement my retirement that is supposed to happen in 2 years, right? Okay. Well, the smart thing for me to do, if that's what I really want to do, is figure out a way to generate that money through the reselling business. You know, I'm just going to have to buckle down. And I tell you the truth, this is what I did when COVID hit, when COVID got really, really bad. And, of course, there was stimulus going out then, people were buying. So there was a different dynamic going on in the I need to go this way. Sorry, I just don't want to have an accident. Okay, there was a different dynamic going on in the economy at the time because stimulus checks were going out because they wanted people to continue to buy while they were out of work and staying at home and so on and so forth, right? So there was money going out by the government at the time. But now, you know, that's a thing of the past. But I had lost some money because people were canceling because they didn't, you know, I mean, we were social distancing, okay? So I didn't lose all of my customers, but I definitely lost a good percentage of them. So that's when I really started focusing on growing my, at the time it was just eBay. And that kind of balanced out what I had lost, you know, because I was listing and really listing, and I got rid of my death pile, which I have a new one now. How about that? Ding, 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 another clue, right? So, you know, that's what happened then. So, that's what I think I need to do now. And I just bring that up because, you know, I'm not the only person who's feeling the pain here. I know other people are. If I'm looking on YouTube and I see a lot of resellers talking about the summer slowdown and it should pick up, which is true. It's going to start picking up because, you know, we're already in the back to school season. The college kids are going back right around now. Here in Georgia, the school age kids have gone back to school already, and by the end of the month, all the kids are going to be back in school. So, you know, and then we're going to head into Halloween, and Thanksgiving and Christmas will be here before you know it. So, you know, we have that coming up. Come on, go ahead, you can cross. There you go. All right. So we have that going on, but it's not, you know, we're all feeling the pain, and I don't think it's going to be the way that it was before. You know, people, you may feel a little bit better, but overall, I'm seeing a drop over last year's sales, and a lot of people are feeling that. So, you know, what can you do that's different? What can you do? One of the things that I'm doing, and I'm not making any money on these YouTube videos, but I am talking on YouTube and trying to be more regular on here to get my views up, and I got a long way to go. Believe me, I have a long way to go. But I'm hoping that not just your interest in the videos, but also when I do my haul videos and things like that, where you can see what I have in my store, that it's enough to pique your interest to go and at least look, you know, and see what I have, and maybe you see something that you're interested in and want to buy it. So there's that. But you know, you just different things you have to come up with a plan to counterbalance what's happening that's costing you money or taken out of your pocket and making it harder for you to pay your bills and put food on the table and all the things that we all have to do, right? And I'll tell you something else. Depending on where you live, like if you're further south or in a warmer area, you could still stick seeds in the ground and get some groceries out of your own yard. So there's that. I'm doing a little bit of that. And I have some gardening going on. But, you know, you can cut your spending too, which I hate to say because that's what I do. I sell things for people to buy. But truth be told, you know, do you have to go to Starbucks and get a $6 coffee? Or can you go to the grocery store and buy some fancy creamer yourself and have nice coffee that you've made yourself, you know? Do you have to have fancy bottled water? Or can you bring your own? Can you get a filter maybe and bring your own water? You know, there's different things that you can do to cut back on your spending. You know, that you don't have to spend that much. And of course, buying secondhand, because that's what I do, right? Buying secondhand will save you money. Will save you money, and you're also going to be helping the environment because the amount of clothing that goes into landfills and incinerators and places that just pollute our earth is ridiculous. And that cop seems to be going pretty dang fast. No lights. I don't know. Anyway, that's my thought. It was a little bit of a jumble. I'm not really panicked. I have a plan. I've made it through all the recessions throughout my life. I've always managed to get through. And I'll get through this one too. And so will you. But, you know, it's good to talk about it. Maybe get some ideas. Different things that we can do. And keep each other motivated and inspired. So, that's what this is for. Thanks so much for sitting through this with me. Oh my gosh. And I hope that you guys are doing well. Get ready for the fourth quarter because it's coming. Take advantage of it. Get ready now. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.